Hi Collective, welcome to my channel Crystal Shadow Work. Hi everyone. So this is going to be a reading for whoever finds it, but it is intended for my chosen ones, light workers, earth angels, starseeds, healers, 144,000 that are sent here to help with the upliftment of humanity. Now if you come in alignment with this reading, it's going to maybe inspire you, enlighten you, maybe give you some sort of confirmation or align you with some sort of gift or something to advance you along your path of self-discovery. Because really that's what it's about, finding this empowerment from within to step into your mission and fulfill it, right? So some of you, like, you're looking for external guidance towards embracing a gift or a talent that you have. That's really what's drawing your attention to researching and looking for stuff. But we're also helping empower each other, also coming together and giving each other those confirmations and the guidance and enlightenment that we may need. Because, there's just so much, spiritual warfare going on, psychic attacks, things like that. That are definitely trying to guide us away from our true path. So to be able to look into others and see us standing up and getting empowering and getting those confirmations is definitely very helpful. And for some of you, like, you're getting pieces of the puzzle figured out, you're getting clarity, you're getting truth at this time. Libra season is all about balance and bringing things into balance, right? So if there was something keeping you out of alignment, and for a lot of you, it could have been like misinformation, you being misguided and things like that, the truth is going to be coming out. Now, this is what I'm creating this reading is in Libra season, so I'm going off of this energy. But this reading can be very timeless. Whenever you come across it, know that, you're going to be getting something revealed to you. And it could just be internally. It could be a realization internally. Or it could be something that comes about in your attention or something like that. But you are guided and you're in alignment with this reading for a reason, okay? So know that. And always take whatever you feel is for you. The strongest thing here is you're learning how to trust your intuition. You're learning how to trust what you feel, not always what you think, because sometimes you can be shown something, but it could be giving you puzzles or pieces to reveal something else to you. Maybe something that's going on within your circle. It's like if I was to say, like, I got a card out of this deck that talked about mental illness. Now, would you immediately think that had to do with you having a mental illness? Or would it be a certain person? Now maybe I was to say, I'm talking about a lover, And because I said lover, is that going to be where you're like immediately like, oh, this is my lover that I'm connected with now? No, this is where you have to trust what you feel. Because for you, maybe this is giving you confirmation of a past lover. Maybe you know that a past lover of yours was dealing with the mental illness. So, for you to get the confirmation of that, because maybe they were undiagnosed, it's going to allow you to forgive that lover and realize that maybe that's why they were abusive to you, or maybe that's why, and I'm not saying that that's okay, but I'm just saying maybe that's going to give you some sort of clarity for you to be able to forgive and let go. Or maybe it's confirmation that somebody that you were thinking yourself is going on with some sort of mental condition, and maybe they need some sort of guidance. Do you see what I mean? And I'm just using that as an example, but that could be confirmation alone if you were questioning something, and the fact that was the first thing that I thought of. Source knows how to guide you to readings like this to get the confirmation that you need, but that's where you got to trust what you feel, right? So I challenge you to use that in this reading, okay? Always pay attention to when you notice multiple things, right? Not just what you're thinking. When you have some sort of feeling attached to it or some sort of synchronicity, right? Like maybe I talk about something completely outside of this reading. I talk to you about, like, maybe I'm bring up my kid and the game he's playing, and then later your child comes up to you talking about the same game, and you're like, wait a minute, that happened to the reading I was watching. I got some enlightenment about that. That came across the path, Sometimes those things that we feel guided to say within a reading are very significant. Like something hit home for me when I was watching a reading the other night and somebody brought their personal situation into it, because I was already questioning something about my children when they brought up their child. And it was so beautiful because their child actually had my birthday. And I was like, oh my gosh, if that's not like a triple confirmation, that is just so unique. Like little things just like this. Okay, watch. Hi. Mommy. You can have that. Yeah, go with your brother. See, that was my little one right there asking if she can give you some candy, right? So little things like that. It's really cute how Source will align us with readings at just the right time. I can't tell you how many times, like, I'll get clicked into a reading, right? And what's going on in the reading will be going on in my atmosphere. Like, or in my life. I don't know why I said atmosphere. Wow, that's powerful. But like literally, like sometimes I'll be in alignment. Like there was a reader that was struggling opening up a tarot. You know, she's doing like an unboxing on a reading and she doesn't often do them. It was a gift and she wanted to do it on camera. So I was watching her and she's like, this never happens to me. I don't know why I'm struggling to open this tarot reading. And I was just being patient, waiting, right? And I was playing with some other cards. Like I wasn't even like really watching. I was just waiting for the reading to start. So because a lot of times I multitask. I have ADHD, so I'm like all over the place. But anyway, so I was like multitasking, and maybe that's a sign because it said ADHD and I felt taken over to say that. Maybe that's mental illness or confirmation for somebody. So anyway, I was sitting there and I was playing with my cards, and I could hear what was going on. But what was going on is right when my daughter walked into the room, like I didn't even know why she walked in. But she walked in, and normally I wait for her to approach me or whatever because sometimes they just come in and grab stuff or whatever. But she walked in, and she was struggling opening up a jar of something. So then I look up right as I'm seeing her struggling to opening up this jar. And then you hear my little ones interrupting. Guys, I'm doing a reading. Close the door, please.
I know, she won't quit pulling.
Close the door.
No.
Guys. Oh my goodness. All right, sorry, my girls over candy. So maybe some of you, my children are fighting over candy or things like that could be covered. All right. So like I was saying, as I looked up, I had seen my daughter struggling with this jar to open it. She's like, Mom, I can't open this. I never have this problem. And I'm looking at the reading, and the reader's like, I never have this problem. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Because it was at the exact same moment that both of them were saying that and doing it. And I just put my cards down. I was like, okay, you got my full attention now, because I knew that reading was going to be, definitely, it was so profound for me. It was like double, triple confirmation, seeing it, hearing it, and the exact same situation. Because a lot of times with Source, I wait for threes. But anytime you have a synchronicity of something, it's being brought to your attention. So pay attention to your surroundings is what I'm getting. And for a lot of you, like Source knows how to bring in alignment with things and just pull apart the different things for you. You know, what are readers going on at that time? Maybe it's significant here, or my kids interrupting, or the candy, or me talking about my focus and the ADHD or the mental illness. Like, I didn't even know how this reading was going to go together at all. But Source knows exactly how to do that, right? Okay. So, all right. So let me go back to where this reading was going before all those different things happen. Okay. So, trying to even remember why how the reading has started. Okay, so when things get brought to your attention, okay, all right, I need to take a minute. I'm gonna try to remember exactly where I was going with this. Okay, see, I feel like maybe somebody's like trying to block me or something, and very much that can happen. That's why I try to get in like a sacred space, and cleanse my energy and get into a quiet place, because distractions and things like that can very much take you away from where you're going, right? But Source is definitely going to be revealing things for you, bringing things together for you. That's where I was talking about. You got to trust what you feel. You have to trust to take what is for you, okay? You might not know why you're getting guided to something. Okay, and I've noticed too with the readings that sometimes I'll get in a reading, right, and then I'll get distracted, like what just happened, and it'll stop me from doing something, and then I'll get realigned or whatever, go take care of what I'm doing, and I won't find the reading to finish. But sometimes a couple weeks later, the same reading will pop up on my newsfeed, and I'll be, I have watched this one, and sometimes I'll feel, let me continue this now. Times that I do that I get a feeling to continue a reading, it brings into an alignment the rest of the reading, and that happens to relate to my situation at that exact moment. I hope that made sense to you. Sometimes I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is why they stopped the reading from me before, because they didn't want me to assess this part, because they know a lot of times I will assess a reading and I'll be like, this is what's going on in my life, definitely. But there has been some times that it's just like you claim a part of the reading, don't claim all of the reading if you don't feel it. But even though I feel sometimes I've been redirected because Source knew that I might have taken that into my situation right now, but it was a piece of information that needed to be revealed to me later. So you need to know that sometimes you are redirected for a reason. Your spirit team, your guides, your ancestors, they really do got you. You have to be more aware of what's going on for you. You have to know that if you're being interrupted, you are for a reason. You guys should pay attention to the time too, and I paused. Maybe I'll go back and find it, because I've always said that when my little one comes in, and because I always stop from when my little one needs something, right? It's like sometimes I'll just take care of her on camera, other times I'll feel to pause it, but it's like I can't do too many pauses, or sometimes my videos will glitch when I upload them. But, you know, I always know that, like, I'm a mom first, right? So a lot of times I try to do my readings later on at night and stuff, but I've been just amping and upping like my learning and things like that. Maybe this is a message for somebody that you need to have more time, or just go with the flow of the interruptions. Like, don't feel as though you always have to pause your videos and stuff, like when your children come up and stuff, like, you know, like the little ones and stuff, you know, because it's like, it's so beautiful seeing somebody in their element. Like, those are one of my most favorite readers, like where I see that they're on doing their job, their mission, and then their child needs something. Even just get up and leave the camera going or whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, I love seeing that. Like, me being somebody that's like watching a reading, like I love when I see people, they get distractions and they take care of them, and you just see that love and that compassion, because it's like, even though like we get into this space and this energy, and we're working to just be able to stop everything to take care of your child, or, you know, things like that. It's so much love and compassion and encouragement, right? I don't know. That's a message for somebody. Like, I'm getting that somebody is struggling, like, with, they're working so hard and they feel like they're getting distracted so much, and they're worried that they're going to, like, it's not professional, I guess, is what I'm getting at. So this is for that person. You know, so you know if that's you, if that's something you're questioning and you just felt like, oh my gosh, she's talking to me, like this is for me. That's what Source does. And that's confirmation that you very much are a chosen one, and you are serving your mission. You're going towards your North Node, or you're in your North Node. You are on track. So amazing job there. But that's what we do. Like, we come into an alignment with each other, and my mission is to here inspire, enlighten you, give you the confirmation, awaken gifts for you, give you some sort of guidance, right? So know that whatever you feel guided to share, to do, just do it, right? Like my last reading that I did, uncovering like family secrets, like I was like, I don't know if I want to do all of this, because it's like before I get into readings, like sometimes I ask her, it's like, okay, what reading am I going to do tonight? And I'll start, you know, meditating, getting into the energy, and I was feeling it, and like they'll tell me, do, you know, hit record, girl, like, oh, well, let's go, start it. And so sometimes I'm like, I used to second guess myself, and I'd hold back on some of my readings. And whenever I would do that and I'd be done, I'd be like, why did I hold that back? Because I was feeling like it was a personal situation for me. But you don't know that if that's going to mean something for somebody else, right? Oh, where I was starting this is that I started to realize that Source was giving me messages my entire life. And what is so profound now is like, I didn't even realize they were doing it, but now they're bringing me back those glimpses, those memories, to show me that they were in fact trying to guide me my entire life. This is what I mean. Like when I was younger and everybody was running around with their friends, I had a lot of self-isolation as a kid. And I don't know if it would have, I think a lot of us that I had a controlling father. Like he kept me at home a lot, but maybe it was protection. I don't know, like, so, you know, I spent a lot of time alone as a kid. So anyway, like I didn't get into like the cartoons and things like that, and just like nonsense. Like, I don't know why I'm going down this path. Maybe it's going to relate to somebody, but it's like I like real TV, like real, so like I could get into things, right? So like I got into like the Element, the Lifetime Movie Network, right? And so I remember I was like 8 or 9, and like I was always into these Lifetime movies, and I feel that I was like absorbing so much stuff, and I remember thinking then, like, this stuff is going to benefit me later. Like, I like knowing that I know real stories and things that are going on, interactions, and I used to study them a lot, and I used to think a lot of it was learning. Anyway, I don't know why I'm going off that. It's for somebody. See, maybe this is where I shouldn't stop what I'm trying to explain, because I guess what I'm getting at is the message I was going to try to get across is a lot of the things that are getting brought to light to me now are in fact showing me these things that are playing out in my life, or the revelations that I'm getting on how things have played out in my life, I had seen in movies before they happened. I might have to say that again so somebody understands it, is that it's like movies I kept getting drawn to as a kid for certain things that played out in a certain way. It's like I'm getting the confirmations now that it's like that's why Source was pulling those movies for me. That's why I was seeing so many movies that were in alignment with this, because it was trying to reveal it to me. That this was in fact playing out for you, or that this was a family secret, or, and it's like, I don't even think about this stuff. I haven't seen these movies since I was a child, but it's like now I'm getting the glimpse of me watching that movie, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, like they were showing me that movie because I need, like, this is what's going on now. So it's like I'm getting a lot of that double, triple confirmation because they're bringing it back as like a flash, and where I get the feeling behind it. So it's like I'm thinking it, then I'm getting the visualization in my third eye of it, and I'm getting the feeling from it because I feel emotions. So that's a sign for somebody that they have that, is it clairsentience, or claircognizance? That's the clear knowing. I said both of them, so you guys could have those gifts as well. So you really need to be open on like a wider spectrum. What I'm getting is that with this message is you guys, Spirit is trying to communicate with you guys in so many different ways. Like, I remember how excited I was when I got into seeing synchronicities in numbers. That led me to finding angel numbers and looking up those meanings. I knew that Source, Spirit, talked to me through numbers. So when I noticed a series of numbers, I started to investigate them. Then I started to notice whenever numbers got brought to my attention, I looked at them, right? If you're driving along and all of a sudden you see yourself look directly at a mailbox and read their number, and then you go back, why did you just read the number off that mailbox? You might be going down the road you've went down every day. It's your way home. But this time you looked at that neighbor's mailbox because Source was trying to show you that number. Now next time look up that number and you're going to get an answer or a message that is specially for you. It's going to give you some sort of guidance. Now see, so I was into finding numbers and synchronicities everywhere. If you start to go looking for them, I'm going to tell you what, you guys are going to get overwhelmed. It's just like if you go looking for answers through YouTube, you're going to get overwhelmed. And I can't even tell you that not all of them are going to be true. It's a lot to process, right? So just let them come to you, because then when they come to you, you're definitely going to place them in the right area. It's not going to be where you might be getting guidance to something for someone else. And this is where I'm going to tie in the first reading, because I do feel like these are going together. But you have to take whatever you feel is for you. And that's how I start that reading out, is I tell you, or I'm starting to talk about how Source knows that you're starting to dabble and get a lot of different, you're starting to ask a lot of questions, or you're starting to awaken to the abilities that you have, and they're starting to come in like floodgates, and you're starting to get a lot of different stuff, and you might be placing some of your answers in the wrong place. And that's where I'm telling you to slow down and trust where you're feeling to place the stuff. Like I said at the beginning of this reading, where I talk, like if I said mental illness, but I said it's for a lover, are you making it go to in your mind like, oh, this is just my current lover right now, they got to have a mental illness just because you're arguing or fighting or whatever? But what do you feel? Or do you feel as am I talking about something in the past? Am I talking about a family member? Am I talking about a child? That's where you have to trust your intuition. And in getting right here, that you guys are learning how to. Sometimes, I feel that we get tested. And Source will give us something just to see how we react. That happened to me earlier today. It did. Because right away I was like, am I facing an insecurity right now? Am I going to accuse my ex, I didn't mean to mix that up. I said, am I going to, maybe that's a sign. I said, am I going to accuse my boyfriend of this right now? Or is this a piece of the puzzle for my past? Or is this just a message for somebody? What is this? So I thought, well, I'm going to be calm. I'm going to ask about it, and I'm going to see the reaction.
Mommy, I have my mom.
Oh, hold on, guys. What is that? You're saying hi?
My mama.
You're on the phone, Mama?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, go back out there. So, okay. So, 2016, that's us. If you're somebody, she's on the phone. All right, and I just seen 2020. So, yeah, 2020, look at that. Like, more than hindsight or whatever. Or what you're seeing, right? More than the eyes can see. 20. Maybe you want to look up 2020. It could be a message, because see, she came in at the exact moment. Tell me something. So, but anyway, what I was getting at is that, so I know that I was told that I need to stop reading into situations and how I feel. And I realize I've been doing that a lot, is that I'll ask people stuff and I'll look at their body language and see if they're lying to me or not. And then if they're lying to me, then I'm like, well, why are they lying to me? And then I try to figure it out. Like, I need to stop doing that, because I know that those are gifts, and the truth is just going to come to you. You need to stop looking for it. So that's confirmation for somebody. But yeah, it was very much a test for me, because I was like, that's where I took a break and I walked away. And I came back, and then after I did the reading that I did, I got the revelations, and I got to place all of those got answered for me. And I'm so glad that I didn't go accusing, and I didn't let it upset me, and I didn't let it bring the piece of information that came to me. I gave it time to be revealed. So for some of you, you could be getting a piece of information, but it's going to be getting revealed to you in a little bit on where to place it. And some of these might be tests for you to see if you can keep your composure, to see if you can not do something, right? Because a lot of these tests that we get, they're like initiations to make sure that we're ready. A lot of them too are to see if you're ready, if you can handle one gift, if you're given another. Because what I've been getting is that some of our abilities or whatever are like blocked for some of us, maybe all until we're ready, but it's like to make sure that you're able to use this gift and that you're not going to abuse it. And maybe it's like for some, maybe if some of you like abused it in the past or something like that, it's like to make sure that you're not going to, or not that somebody's not going to manipulate you to use it or something like that. Because for some of you, it's like you have to get tested to get this ability. And for some of you, it could just be to make sure that you can handle it. Because I know when I was younger, I used to have a lot of like I think it's called prophetic dreams. Literally, like I'd lay down, close my eyes, I'd see something so visual. And some of them were like natural disasters and stuff. It'd scare me. I'd wake up, I'd be like, I couldn't relax my mind and go to sleep, because as soon as I'd lay down, I would see it. And, some of it like killing and traumatic, and I didn't watch scary stuff like that as a kid. Like I couldn't handle it, so I didn't. But later on, I was told that, and this was like in my 20s, right? It wasn't when I was a kid. It was in my 20s. But I think I was starting to get into spiritual stuff, and maybe they thought I was ready, so they gave it to me. And see, I've always done, I was a light worker and a good worker, and I get moved around to different places to help heal the earth, right? And heal trauma within that. And when this was happening at this specific moment, like whenever I closed my eyes, like I was seeing battling and fighting and killing and things like that. And I know that I was sent to the same area because I was helping heal the planet. But it's like when I was closing my eyes, as soon as I would lay down, I would start to see like what had happened there in the area that I was at, like the battling and the fighting and stuff. And it was too much. So I had to ask Source to close that for me. Like I was like, I don't want to have I don't want to see these natural disasters and things like that. It's too much for me. I don't feel like I could get my sleep and things like that. So they closed it for me, right? So if you feel like a gift is coming along that is too strong, you can tell Source that I'm not ready for this yet, and they can block you from it, right? Until you're ready. So I'm getting it's more like to protect you. And especially it's like if some of you have been through like a traumatic situation and things like that, you just need more time than others. Only you know when you're truly ready, right? Okay. That was a lot. But yeah, that was definitely coming across for somebody here. Because I feel like some of us, we've done our life paths, we're moms, things like that. And like I said, there's a lot, right? So yeah, a lot of a lot of messages coming in for this. So yeah, take whatever you feel is ready, and that could be confirmation for some of you too about the prophetic dreams. I think that's what it's called. I hope I'm saying it right, but it's like where you're getting visions of things before they happen. A lot of you, you could be seeing things from the past. It could be like I said, you could be like me, a grid worker. One of your light worker traits could be that you're healing the grids, the ley lines, all of that, the energy lines that are in our planet. You help heal those. You help heal trauma, things like that. Know that you're carriers of the light too. We all are as being chosen ones. Just by us being here carrying the light, we shine the light wherever we go. There's so much healing that you do just by being you. That's why you may feel that broken people and people with problems get drawn to you, because they feel your vibration, they feel your energy. So even just being in your presence, they feel healed. You are able to heal people just by being around them too, like healing their chakra, healing their hearts. I'm not even kidding. Like smiling, things like that. You uplift people's spirits. You make people feel like to go after their passions, their dreams. A lot of you give just a lot of inspiration because people feel your energy. And that's why when you're serving your mission, and serving your mission is going after your passions. Is what it is. It really, some of us have these profound missions, right? But it's like mine is to teach and lead and things like that. So especially me being an influencer here, me being a way shower is another one of my light working missions, where I'm showing other light workers how to step into their power. This is me serving my divine life path mission. But for some of you, it could be to be humanitarianism, be into humanitarianism, right? Is that what it is? Or being like, some sort of healer, like in the medical, or, it could be a normal job. Some of you could be like a job within a world, like being a doctor, things like that, healing people. If it's your passion and it just makes you, it's what makes your heart feel amazing. And for a lot of you, like you have many talents, abilities, and gifts. Some of us are meant to be, artists, and, whether it's your drawing or painting or in the music business, being, creating music, or, being an actor, or being, sports analysts, or whatever it may be. Because see, when you're going after your passion, you are in this high vibration. You're excited, you're happy, you're elevating yourself, which means you're making that light shine so bright. And it's like that picture I've seen when one person is shining their light and the others come. It's like magnetic, and it's like people feel that energy and people want that energy. Right? So you have to be careful to protect yourself, and know how to transmute that energy too, because you're also drawn to the darkness. People are drawn to you because they're drawn to your light, and you do inspire them and you do give them some of your light, but then you need to take time to replenish that for yourself. And that's where some of us can get stuck when we get into places where we don't know how to transmute our energy, how to release it, and how to vibrate back high. And then there's some of you, and for some of you, if you feel this way, go check out my last reading, because it's not for all of you. See, us chosen ones are supposed to be here, to heal the planet, and, we inspire and we uplift, and we're supposed to get drawn people that, yes, we help and we inspire them, and we stay this vibrating high energy, high light. But for some of you, that was stolen from you, or they tried to. For some of you, your life was, you had something happen. It was like your mission was a lot stronger. You had like a double mission. For some of you, it was like you knew that you were going into a battlefield when you were being born. You went into like a very traumatic situation. You were being born into like ancestral, very dark energy, okay? And you were trying to heal that. And you knew that you were going into curses and into spell work and into very deep stuff. And for some of you, it's like they knew that you were chosen. They knew that you were some gifted soul. They knew that there was some sort of gifts bestowed upon you. And some of them, you know, like thwarted that. Some of them tried to steal your light force. Some of them tried to block you from your mission. It's like they knew that you were chosen and they were trying to stop you anyway from serving you. So some of you went through an extreme amount of like blockages, right? And some of you, it sent you down these self-destructive paths. And some of you, you know, went down these very trauma-filled, traumatic life experiences. I mean, some of you, like, you had lost children, like abortions or like medical induced abortions, like miscarriages, things like that, because spell work was done on you, because, you know, people just wished that these things were going to be put upon you, like very dark stuff, right? It's being revealed, it's being brought to the light. Like I said, that's not for all of you, but for some of you, there's some dark family secrets that are coming out. Some of you were like stolen from like where you were, like lots of deep stuff, right, coming out. I'm not going to get too much into it because that's not what all this was about. Because originally I wanted to do a reading about how things were. You're going to be an awakening to all of these gifts, and then there's a dark secret trying to come out, and I did the last reading on it, and then I feel that this is tying into that one. So I will link the two together, but like I said, you might just be guided to see that reading for the beginning part where I talk about the gifts and I need to be careful where you put the energy. And for some of you, it's to align you with that. So if you've been feeling as though, you know, it's been extremely difficult for you to step into your power, and you've just had so much stuff happen to you, right? So much stuff take you off your course, you know, like so much stuff like question why you're still here, why all of this. Some of you is never supposed to be like that, and you know what? Karma is here. Judgment is here for those enemies, and for those enemies that was messing with God's chosen ones, that were stopping his chosen ones from shining their light, from doing their mission here. They don't even know what's coming for them. They don't even know, and you are about to, you have so much coming for you, like you don't even know. Just know this, every single thing that got taken from these light workers, these chosen ones, that got stolen from them from when they were children, because a lot of this happened when they were so young and naive, and they were misled completely away from their talents on purpose. And it was so dark. It was like these people knew intentionally what they were doing. That it just like, it left them no hope, but it just shows you how much stronger the light is in the darkness, because these light workers are still going to find their way regardless. They found their way through this darkness, through all of this web of deceit and lies, and they still came out on top. For all of that stuff that thwarted these, that blocked these earth angels, these light workers, these star seeds, because that's what you all are. Whatever you define yourself as, that's exactly what you are. 3303 on the clock. All that stuff, you still found your way out. God knows, God's seen it all. And you know what? Because of that, you guys get to like rewrite your future. You get to write your future however you want. You basically have access to the Akashic records, and you get to write down whatever you want. That's your justice. So start thinking about whatever you want, because you get to manifest that. And you know what? These enemies, these people, they're getting their karma, and part of it is to see you rise up and to see you get every single thing you've ever wanted that they took from you. God makes everything right. 3344 on the clock. That's the message that I had for you guys. Wow, that was powerful. This is definitely part two to that reading. Oh my gosh, it got even more stronger than I thought. And 3355. Wow. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave that reading there. I'm gonna go check on my kids. Definitely, if you're guided to this reading, claim this energy, right? Know that you're fully stepping into your power. You are a divine being. You are a bringer, carrier of the light. You're fully stepping into your power and your mission. If this is confirmation that you are, if you found this reading. All right, love and light to you guys. Let's unite. Let's stand up. Change this world. Bye, guys.